trying to limit this, it's like we're basically giving them permission to do. We're stifling potential business for people who are interested in doing real estate stuff. One, two, I don't like the idea of putting a limit on that when only one person who I know has a lot of fucking contacts and connects probably went through a monumental amount of effort to actually acquire those 4 houses that the average person probably would not be willing to do, and the average person would not be able to do. I would be surprised if there was a person out there right now on the street who isn't working with some sort of gang or group that was able to afford more than one house. Because everyone I've talked to has said, hey, I live here with 11 people. You know what I'm saying? Like literally 11 people.
But that's also 11 times 2.
Stuffed into a fucking
22
house. I don't think this is as pressing as it may otherwise seem.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think there's a what's the right word? I don't think there's a
yeah, but I feel like
risk of things going
a lot, but maybe
I'll
not.
put it that way.
Yeah, I think that's fair. There's also new property being popping up. Which is
Look,
fair.
and I think also if we get to a point where there is a scarcity issue in which we feel like it's a problem, we can always legislate that problem. But I'm inclined to agree with Max in some ways that I don't think that I don't know whose interest we're serving. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know whose interest we're serving, whether it be
this
public
issue
or
currently happening
private,
around
that would countermand the opportunity for people to make money.
That's right.
That being said, we do have an elephant in the room, which is said person who runs the business that we're talking about right now does have a felony and continues to operate a contract-based business, which is an interesting concept. So that should be something, I guess, that'll come to my doorstep. I have something to bring up if we want to move on.
Yeah, we can table the cap then for now, since it's not an issue. And if a scarcity does become an issue, then we can revisit it.
Yeah,
I agree with that. If scarcity truly does become an issue, like Crane said, he doesn't really see it happening. And I don't have any experience in the matter because look, when this city was thriving, I was in prison. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the only time when scarcity became a problem is when
my
we
FPS
were
keeps
on the brink
lowering.
of collapse and the economy was outrageous.
I'm at 23 now,
and we had $900 million in the state account. And I can also tell you that part of my role was foreclosing on homes that had not paid their asset fees for more than 4 iterations. Was the limit I set.
Yeah.
What is an iteration?
Well, that's what I'm getting to. At that point, an iteration of asset fees were every 2 weeks. And so what I was giving people was 2.5 months, actual 2.5 months, to show that they were interested in maintaining their properties by paying their asset fees.
Yeah, something's cool.
And I will tell you that I
FPS is just going,
went through the process of foreclosing, I would say once every month or so. And each time I did so, I would say I foreclosed on something like 30 properties. So I would suggest that if and when we do reach a point where there is a problem of scarcity, I think turnover and court-based foreclosures combined more than easily make up for those issues. Now, does that mean that you can buy the exact perfect dream house that you've always wanted? No. There will be people who will be first actors and movers who will secure properties and may never let them go. That's just fucking life. But will you be able to buy a house in a neighborhood that you choose should you pay attention to the market and check for foreclosures on a regular basis? Yes, very much so. That's my experience.
Hold on. Are felons able to work G6?
They should not be. If they are, then
yes.
Okay, well then we should talk about that, and we should make a policy about it.
Yep, 100%.
There is no reason why anyone should be entitled to work a high-paying, what amounts to a private security contracting job for financial institutions of this city. when they
22. We're losing like
So we have a-
FPS
We have an
slowly.
individual who stabbed one of our doctors in the hospital and
she's
has been
talking about
prosecuted
fuck it.
for it, and works group 6 every day.
She's talking about Rod.
That's
Yeah.
actually
That's
He's
a
absurd.
trespassed from the
That's a
hospital. and
problem.
Okay,
he's off
so
working group
I
6.
propose a piece of legislation that states that felons are not eligible to work private security jobs dealing with city finances.
Okay, can I ask how we plan on enforcing that? Unless we talk to G6 Grime.
I'm going to talk to the guy at G6 and tell him not to allow them to work there anymore.
All right.
Okay, but
Excellent.
What about
Well, I
grime?
love that idea.
Yeah, can we extend?
I don't
that?
care. I don't care if you want to go drive a fucking delivery truck all day long up and down the highways if you're a felon. Hell,
Rod,
trucking has
you
been
did
employing
this.
felons since the dawn of time. Fuck it. But in terms of this group 6 shit, it don't make no goddamn sense to me that you're walking around in a security uniform with a vest and a fucking private security company badge
They
delivering
already do that,
pallets
though?
of
No, they
cash to the
don't.
city vault, and you're a goddamn felon. That's stupid.
All
Agreed.
right.
Agreed.
Fair
Uh,
enough.
Yeah.
I feel like this isn't even a matter of us having to write something up.
Mhm.
We'll let Alan.
Yeah,
just
we just
talk
need
to
to
the guy
talk
at
to
Group
Group
Six.
6 and
Yep.
have that started. Yeah.
So I
Will
was under
do.
the impression that these bosses at these places would automatically turn.
That's what
people
I
who-
thought. That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
You
also,
would
yeah.
think
Yeah.
that if
That's
you
my
get if you
understanding, yeah.
there was a time where if you get pulled over and you even got a ticket, they would get upset with you, but that doesn't seem to be the case. The example that
Oh,
you
yeah.
used, Kendra, he had a felony and nothing happened from it. Nothing.
That's
he didn't
crazy
he
that
didn't even
nothing
get a slap on
happened.
the wrist.
Really? Holy
Yes.
Shit. I knew he was still
Okay.
working because I've seen him come in a uniform, but
Wait,
My
who's
God.
Kendra?
Oh, I think
Cantor.
he meant cancer.
Cantor.
Oh.
Yeah. I
that's all right.
sorry,
it's
I
fine. It's not
fucking-
late for you this time. You don't
it's
have
been an
got-
hour, Crane.
I got
please.
singled out. I was like, what? Who the fuck? Okay, I will reach out to the folks at Group 6.
Mhm.
So
Grime
I have
stuff on
some
the
let-
rise?
let-
No,
let's
because
clarify.
you shouldn't be able to do grime either.
Violent felonies, right?
So that
Yes.
is one thing. We don't fire automatically for all felonies at the
I
hospital.
think
Listen,
it
listen.
should
If
be a
you're
felony.
if you're convicted of, I'm not going to go through the list. There's a number of nonviolent felonies that I would suggest would bar you from
What's one? Because I'm drawing a
Yeah.
blank right now. I'm just genuinely.
Fi-
criminal
Financial
possession of a government
felonies.
issued
Yes,
firearm,
yeah,
fraud,
okay.
Evading.
extortion.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. All right. All felonies then.
All felonies. Yep.
And hey, and Siobhan can vouch for this. I've been advising people since day one that work for me as attorneys.
I'm gonna get this confirmed.
That
This
we
is not
should
just
be fighting for
G6.
our clients to make plea deals with police to not get felonies because that should matter. And I think if people are willy-nilly and don't care about getting felonies, then that should classify them as a criminal.
Yep.
And we agree.
Yup.
This
Yup.
isn't
It's
just G6. It's like any government paid job, or is it specifically G6?
No,
and
I
grime?
think G6 because you're dealing specifically. I don't even care about grime. I think it's just Group 6 because you're talking about the transport of city funds to financial institutions, and you're talking about being trusted with that, and yet you're running
That's
around with like
understandable.
murder convictions and fucking
Yeah.
reckless evading and extortion and all other
The
types
person I
of
mentioned
felonies.
is
That's
literally
crazy.
trespassed from the hospital.
every crime goes
and is
grime.
being trusted to do all that. So yeah.
Oh, the new
I-
the
I
new
can't
the new
imagine
slogan
that.
of grime is gonna be every crime going grime.
Like, look, like I said, if they want to sit there and drive a truck all day, then
Yeah.
that
fuck it.
seems to me more palatable in terms of what a felon could do for work.
No, I get your point, and I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. So, does anyone have any further discussion on that?
Nope. I think we're all in agreement on that.
I
Yeah.
agree. I think that
Okay.
will help at least.
Mhm.
because-
That will help alleviate.
Yeah, yeah.
Do they not see what's gonna happen?
Okay, I
Yeah,
will.
they'll go back
I
to
will talk to that.
Griming.
And I'm going to talk to the Group 6 people, and maybe we come to some kind of understanding of like certain charges that bar you. I'm not sure if we're even possible to do that. We'll have to figure it out.
Okay.
Because there could be some felonies that maybe we don't want to draw the line on. I don't know. I will start at what we concluded, which is any felony,
Doctors
and I'll
provoked it.
report back before
There is
making
no
any
provocation to
implementations
justify
if there
stabbing
are,
people.
possibilities to split hair.
Okay.
Okay, so I will do that. Something I want to bring up I'd had a talk with Captain Slacks today about a couple issues. And this has come up several times organically to me through different venues. Labor law. We don't have any right now. And I would like to poll the council on what kind of society we want to be. What I mean by that is that are we an at-will employment state? Are we going to codify, certain labor laws? How complex do we want to be? My initial suggestion,
Anti-grinder law,
and maybe this is somewhat
I guess there's a way to deal with it in
well,
character.
I'll just say that it is in some ways self-serving because I currently deal with hiring and firing a lot of people. Thankfully, I haven't had to fire anyone yet. Murphy Braun is indefinitely suspended, but that's about it. I would suggest that at least for government jobs, and maybe we make a proclamation or a piece of legislation dealing with only government or all jobs, I don't know. But I would suggest that at-will employment makes the most sense because, as Mr. Thoroughbred over there said, I believe in capitalism. And I think that, in a fledgling economy, I think we're putting the cart before the horse if we start defining a whole host of labor regulations. Now, that being said, in response to an at-will state, if, employees of certain government entities want to unionize or make demands or whatever, or threaten striking, then that's a natural consequence of evolution. But I think to begin with, we should codify something, and if we're going to codify something, I would propose at-will employment. So I'd open the floor to discussion.
When you say at-will, you just mean literally no limits.
I mean, you are employed in a contract whereby you can quit at any time and you can be fired at any time.
And what would you call the system now?
It is
that is the system right now.
Okay.
I'm just codifying it. For example, I will explain the impetus for this. I was approached by Ramiel Rahman, one of the attorneys, regarding a situation with a police officer who was recently terminated. That police officer is accused of some form of malfeasance, some couple of different things. It's largely irrelevant, but for the sake of color and context, accused of essentially assaulting a civilian, sustaining multiple complaints regarding use of force and professionalism, and then on top of that, lying to superiors or some form of obfuscating, omitting, whatever language we want to use, because that's in contention, to be fair. And thus, as a result, not of the actions of the assaulting or the use of force, but rather the obfuscation and the omission, the person was removed from PD. Now, in consultation with Slacks, because Rami asked me to look into the matter, I, told Slacks I have the ability to look over all your, internal documents and records. I'm not going to do so, but I'd like to hear from you. First off, what are your SOPs? What are your policies? What are people told when they're hired? What's in the documentation? Do you have anything formally? And according to him, there is a formal declaration in their documentation when people are hired that states that they are an at-will employee. They can be terminated for any reason at any time by the chain of command of the PD. I don't
we already know.
necessarily, I didn't at least think that needed to be codified when we first wrote the Constitution and everything, but apparently it does. So I would suggest that we should at least codify that we are an at-will state, and thus we don't open a bunch of argumentation about labor laws. And
Diaz, thank you so much for 15 months.
I agree.
I am fine with like the status quo as well for the most part. The only exception I would like to see to maybe signal to the populace as a whole that we are okay with this sort of thing is we're an at-will state, but the only exception is you cannot be fired for attempting to form a union. And that'll also signal, if people read the legislature closely, that we are okay with these kind of things popping up.
Sure, it's fine with me.
Would we, also please tell me if this is a can of worms and we don't even want to open it unless you maybe like negotiate a private contract with a private entity that hires you.
Yeah,
that's
no,
not
okay.
state-run?
The freedom, we don't even need to say that. The
Okay.
freedom to contract always supersedes base policy.
Okay.
2 individuals, as long as it is not, fucking,
The pricing
against
of
the pure
materials.
social interest, as long as it's not agreeing
Would
to
that be scalping?
someone or
Yeah.
commit some other crime that infringes on someone else's rights, 2 individuals have the freedom to contract. That's how it's always going to be. Hell, we have mutual combat. That's essentially a contract.
No,
Love
I just like saying it out loud just so I can hear someone confirm it. So
Yep. I mean, so basically, we codify we are an at-will state. The only limitation is that you may not be fired for attempting to organize a labor union.
And
I like that. Yeah.
And I guess on that note, I don't know if this is just legalese, but if you are fired, you do have to be given a reason. It can't just be like, well, we're an at-will estate. Like you may not like the reason, but they have to give you a reason so that it's not because you're trying.
Yeah, that you at-will means you may be fired for any reason.
Well, okay, except for I'm saying they have to give a reason when they fire. It doesn't have to be a good one, but they have to give a reason.
Well, yeah, any reason is not no reason.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah, but how do you prove that? How do you prove that
tied in earlier.
that a union is
Congratulations,
attacking
everyone, we
people that
officially fired our
sell for
first
less
doctor
or
for getting
more?
a felony.
Who?
And it was
You would
no
have to
one you
catch
would
them in the
expect.
act to even have to
It
prove.
was
What?
Pascal Dubois.
Never met him.
Don't know who that is.
No one would have guessed him in the slightest. He hit a cop head on, then tried to run, so got chased. Got arrested for hit and run at that point, in which they searched his vehicle and found 100 times the legal amount of weed, or not the legal amount, the felony amount. In his
Oh
home,
my God.
as well as
My
all
goodness.
the steps for cultivation. So
Very
he
cool.
pled guilty to those charges and has been swiftly fired.
There you
pled
go.
guilty.
Yay!
Yeah,
The system
so,
works.
It's happening. People just got to start committing these crimes.
Perfect.
Look, just go work G6 until getting an expungement, guys. It's all
Yeah,
good.
yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
Yeah, well, not
That's
after
capitalism,
this.
baby.
Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
they were correction. They were
Yeah, gotta work
grime until
grime.
they get an
Grime.
expungement.
Yeah.
You work grime until you get an expungement. No more
Yep.
G6.
I guess any
Um,
objections to the at-will?
yeah,
except
any
for
objections
union
to at-will?
protections?
Nope.
None at all. No.
None.
Yeah, I like that.
Alright.
Yeah, we wouldn't have fired anyone for the union stuff, even if they were all being very dumb.
Michael, any thoughts? Anything?
No thoughts.
Okay. Second thing I had to bring to the council. Slacks has approached me about the current lack of organized structure at Bolingbroke. He would like to draw on state funds to begin staffing the prison.
Nope.
You don't want to hire anyone to work the prison.
I mean, they got guards down there, don't they?
No.
No, they
there's
don't.
nothing.
None at
Nope.
all. There's
No.
not a
Liter-
single
no.
person
They-
with a gun down there.
local
No,
guards-
literally
no,
zero
there's
people.
Mr.
no-
Dab, they
yeah.
get sent to prison. They run into the tower and jump out, and nobody stops them. Right now, that's how they
Yeah.
just run off.
So
Yep.
he has explained to me, as Mr. Simone pointed out, that as of right now, there is nothing preventing anyone from either breaking into or out of prison. Don't ask me why people would want to break into prison, but sometimes they do. So,
I could
his
give you the sad
suggestion.
answer to that.
Yeah, I don't even want to go there. I think we all know.
Yeah.
I need to fix
So
that.
his suggestion or
yeah.
his request, which I find to be rather meager and surprising in its humility, was to hire a total of 5 DOC employees to start. He would like to hire a warden, a deputy warden, and 3 employees. Now,
Three?
when I asked him, what are these guys going to do? Because if we give them guns, they're just going to get robbed and beaten up every day by 6
Yep,
criminals versus
true.
5 guards.
Right.
And his statement was they will not have guns. They will only have less lethal batons.
Do we have?
And I
They
said,
just
okay.
punch in
And what's
bags.
to stop people from just breaking in and out and, using them as punching bags?
Yeah,
And he
absolutely.
suggested we hire local guards with guns who are placed in the towers.
Oh boy.
To be a
I
pessimist
guess.
here with good old Slacks, isn't the PD like the DOC anyway? I mean, Nicola can correct me if I'm wrong. Like,
Are you saying we should go up there?
what I'm saying is, why is Slacks proposing to hire people who are I don't want to say subordinate. That's the term. I'm more like, is it a DOC that's going to be subordinate?
Well, hold on.
to
That's the
PD?
other part of my proposition of the
Okay.
council. Is that in the past the DOC was the purview of the police? I don't think that makes sense. The question is if there was a DOC, who would oversee them, and what sort of structure would we like to create? So these are all open form questions. I don't have good suggestions. I'm just telling you that as of right now, the prison is basically a gaping hole of lack of oversight and control. And do we want to do anything about that?
Yes.
But yes, but
I want to say yes, but I think hiring personnel is some of the last things we do.
Yeah,
with
we'd
that.
have to iron out all of the details before we rush to hiring people to throw in there.
Why don't we just have cops go down there and do it?
That's what the current system is, I
Yeah.
believe.
Sick. I think Slack should
mean-
take care of his hiring problem before he looks at something like this.
Okay.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I have some thoughts on prison. I'm sure everyone else here does. Why don't we, we have our MDT. Why don't we put what we feel should be the, I don't want to call it the structure, but just like what we think the TLDR prison should be, in
My
our
FPS is just
MDTs
gone.
under our own sections, and we could, come together and discuss it next week, just in terms of, the laws that apply there, how it may operate, who runs it, et cetera, et cetera. Like that's my proposal. We table it. We each come up with our own ideas in the MDT, and then we bring them together next week and work them out.
Okay.
Sure, I don't know that much about the prison. I'll be honest. I've never been, so I'll try to just make it up. I do know that they have no medical staff up there, including local medical staff, which has been it's been a weird issue for us. So maybe having staff up there might help that at least.
You know what we could do?
Mhm.
What's that?
Jailbreak charge.
Already have it, I believe.
Yeah, that
What's it-
exists.
We should have that, yeah.
What's it called? I just looked it up.
Escaping custody or
Prison break would
Oh, there
be
you go.
the
Yeah,
ones where
prison
you're
break.
already done with processing, and then when you're prior to processing, it's escaping custody.
But then you would need people to actually be up there to witness it, to enforce it, right?
correct.
That's true.
So
Why don't we up the fine?
I think the issue
Well,
is
I
because
guess
it's
I'm referring to
Yeah.
Eda's
Pretty
comment
big
of
fine
The,
already,
the
but-
How do
visual of
you-
actually seeing
how
the
do you
person.
catch
how do you
anyone if there's no
enforce
one
it and
working
catch
there?
it?
It's
Yes,
I
Didn't
don't
someone
know
just
what
say
the
the cops
plan
go
is.
down there to handle this shit?
No.
Well,
Cops go
no.
down there to
I don't think it
handle
should
like
out.
people who get knocked out by running into the electrical fence
Out.
and can't
I
get
don't know.
picked up on
It's
their
a,
feet. 'Cause
again,
there's
it's
no
a
medical
balance
staff.
act.
Okay, well,
It's not
you know,
just black and white. It's
maybe
not.
get one of your cops to go down there with a camera and catch someone doing it.
But
The only thing
I
I'll
just
say to that
think
is
that if you're
we
a
barely have
felon,
enough
like,
units to police the city as is at the current
it
moment.
gives reasons for civilians.
Then you should
to,
suggest to your captain that maybe he sorts that out first.
I would suggest that I don't think the qualifications for a police officer are the same as being a prison guard, especially if they're not
pretty
entitled
damn
to have a
close.
weapon.
I think
Mhm.
they're pretty damn close.
Look,
It's Crane that
It
wants to
is
push
what
it,
it
so I'll
is.
see how he'll
it
handle
is what it is.
Yeah.
I'll let him
Wait,
do
so
it.
are we holding the position that we don't want DOC then? Is that what I'm hearing? We just want the PD to handle it?
I think we should chew on it and discuss it
I-
next week.
Yeah, no, I'm not
think in-
shutting it
in the
down. We
interim,
gotta do
it's-
something, right? But
In the
yeah,
interim, it's still Slacks' problem.
yeah.
I mean,
Until we have
you
details.
guys. No offense to the begrudging police force, but they could go up there as needed to handle it. But I am also fine with it being Lord of the Flies in the meantime as
Same.
well.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I will be for a DOC if it ever gets to the point where someone that I know is a criminal walks up to me and is whining about the cops being too in force for them. That's the point at which that I'm sure that they're probably going to need a DOC proper.
What do you mean?
Meaning, if I'm in City Hall and I'm sitting there and I don't know, Mr. K walks up to me, he's like, "Hey, how am I supposed to make my living on these motherfucking streets? Because the police force is arresting me every single time I try to do something. At that point, the prisons will probably be full enough to actually require a DOC. But right now, it sounds like someone is trying to weasel their way into a position that does not necessarily need to exist.
I'm going to ask a very cynical question to you, Nakota. Is the average prison population above 1 right now?
I would have to
That's a
look. I
good
don't know what the
question.
average
not.
prison
I've
population
looked
is.
in the newspaper a few times, and there's not that many
Yeah,
people
if you take a
being sent
1
up
week
there.
average, does that number break 1?
That's a good point. Then they're just standing around with nothing to do if we hire people.
Well, yeah, which is why I say
There's a
assumption
mechanic,
So
yeah, but
what
that only
about-
means
what
that if
about
you
local
sell
guards?
G6
Yeah,
sticks,
for
you
now.
can-
I'm for that.
Would be,
Fuck
yeah,
it.
that'd be good.
Yeah,
my
I
ideal
wanna be
vision
clear,
of
I'm not
my
talking
ideal
about
vision of the
hiring
prison.
for sure.
My ideal vision of the prison is no DOC.
If you
local
have a
guards only.
violent felony, I don't
That's
think
what
you
I
should
Yeah,
be able to
I'm
use
okay with
Okay.
that. So what I'm pointing at is the reason why I just opened up for general discussion is I'm not suggesting that I agree with Slacks. I'm just saying that I think we need something. And if local guards are palatable to everyone, then I think that's something we should look into.
Yeah, but
I think
Are we
you
gonna have
say
to
that.
ban
Yeah,
them?
that's
Not
fine
how
with
it
me.
works, though.
No,
Because
they are
Rod also
subunits.
has a violent felony. and
Excellent.
they're
Hell
just
yeah.
I
fine.
think that's fine in the meantime.
You can't
They
just
literally
chew
eat
on
garbage.
DOC as a whole over the
In
next
regards
week
to
or
the
so.
medical staff up there, I mentioned that in regards to DOC, that's a function DOC used to have. Frankly, prisoners are going to have to get over the fact that they're not up
Why?
there.
Why are you
We ran
guys
into an
like, oh,
issue
they
where
should
a
be able to do
patient
G6.
refused
They could just go and do another
transport down to
job.
the hospital and also refused to speak with local doctors up at the hospital.
There is multiple
or up at
jobs
the
they can
prison,
do.
and requested that a doctor be transported
just
to
because
the prison.
G6 is the
We're just not
best
going to fuck
paying
around
job?
with that. They've got to deal with what they've got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
You're in prison,
Okay.
so I'm sorry. You
Yeah,
you get
like,
transported
don't-
or
Don't
you
run
deal with
into
what's
an
there.
electrified fence. How about that?
Yeah, honestly,
Don't sit there and punch each other until you've knocked
Yeah.
yourself unconscious.
you shouldn't get to refuse transport and just have everything brought to you.
Exactly.
People are just gonna have to deal with it.
People like
Sorry,
Rod.
you're in prison.
I agree.
I agree with you 100%.
I don't know. If there's a
how I
three-strike
feel about
system,
mountain
then
rescue.
that's probably fine.
We good on this one?
But I also feel like it
Okay.
depends on the felony.
Hey, if you're gonna climb the fucking top of a mountain and
Should be
walk
like
on a
these
60-degree slope with a hunting
these
rifle and slip and
banned.
fall in your goddamn socks and slides,
This
then maybe
one
you should die.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Well, natural selection.
I think we're good for now. The last thing I'll say is I just create a city council document called Prison Thoughts. I mean, if people just want to like
If you
carve
have
out their
prison
own
break.
section, basically,
Okay.
and put what they want in there
Okay.
over the
Thank
next
you
week,
for that.
we could just review it next week.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to
Okay,
present?
but using scuff
Yeah,
as
I have
a,
a bunch.
as a thing
Oh,
is the
boy.
You
really
do? You guys want to take a little
Uh,
5-minute break, perhaps?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably if
Sounds
that's best.
Okay.
All right.
Microsoft Word whenever we get some.
What's up?
I need to take a quick nap. My
Edit,
brain is
Edit,
hurting.
can you send me that list of the thingies?
Yep, sure can.
Cool.
Bro, my FPS is just non-existing.
Was there anything else I needed to do?
It's not just a restart though. There's more to it. You can't just restart the server if there's an issue. Fix the issue, then restart the server. The server has been up for what, 3 hours? 2 hours? 2.5. Do I have a profiler? Yeah, not running though. But we already kind of know what the issue is, so. Let's see how quickly we drop in FPS. Where the fuck did we just wake up? Oh, right. Okay, so we have 100 FPS now. Oh my god. Let's see how quickly it drops. So we have 100, roughly. Mm, 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 mm. Seven. Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with pineapple and pizza. Love to fit, even though it's dark. I woke up literally 10 minutes before the meeting, so I just threw on nothing. What did I miss?
I read out the legislation for the at-will employment. I just published it if you want to look at the language.
In reports or
In
legislation?
legislation, yep.
Los Sendos hereby adopt the standout.
We still need mask
at-will
mandate from
employment.
last week as well, Crane.
Can we make?
Oh yeah, okay.
Can we make that one
together.
more severe? I'm getting fucking tilted. By the
You
people.
want to be more than just the state run?
Yes.
Like, what are you propose? Well, I mean, we're not officially back yet, but what are you proposing?
I don't know. I need to think about it. I keep seeing people with masks on. It's like I feel like I'm about to get robbed, like 24/7.
Remember what the mayor said, don't move too much. He was cautioning about the rapture.
Oh. Wait, what was he? What are we talking about?
He was saying the rapture is upon us and be careful about how much you move around because you may not find yourself coming back.
I just took a nap in the lobby. I'm fine.
I could see him just fine.
Yeah, I can see him.
Wait, who was he? Oh no, Code, I can't see him. You can't. Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Well,
God damn it.
no, that will cause more issues.
I'm not gonna nap. Fuck me. What is going? The server is absolutely cooked right now. I don't know if we're gonna restart or not. Is that the meeting room? It is.
Oh, this is a good one.
We good now?
Oh, I hit Mr. K with one of my favorites. I'll twat it out.
Dakota, say something? Ah, motherfucker, I can't. See, he's not able to see me, is he? I wonder if I can do clothing, if that's gonna fix it. Molly can't either? Motherfucker. Ree. That's the person. Oh. I heard him for like a split second. Oh. No, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Molly streaming? I guess she is, yeah. All right. Relocking. Again? Fuck it. We're relocking. How in the fuck? Did it just fall through the ground? How in the fuck that? How did I end up in the fuck? What? Oh, now I don't have any fucking items. God damn it. That's why you couldn't hear. Nah, I don't. I don't know that. I think it's because the respawn system starts you below the ground and then moves up or something. It's why if you take a nap around a house and then you wake up around that house, you can trigger the alarm too. Because you, in theory, move through the house, meaning that the house alarm goes off. Nyom.
I don't know. Can you see him, Dakota? Okay.
I might not be the one that's the problem then. Oh no, I feel like nobody can see me now.
I can see you, Simone.
Yeah, Molly can see me.
Well, shit. He is right behind you.
Yeah. And Shaddy can't see me either. We should... time to slash me, they can't see me, so... even slash me's probably don't work. Move the meeting. That's too annoying. Meeting outside. We need to fucking leave the entire area if you want to do it. It's because we're so close to Mosley's. And Mosley's is the one causing issues right now. No, I just flew out of the entire room. I came back.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all good. I think the problem is not everyone can see and hear everyone else.
I feel like the only person not being seeable is me right now.
Simone, can you hear Cantor?
No. I can't hear Alex either. It's a client
Simone,
side.
if you could step right outside the door for a second for Max's request. He stepped outside, Max.
It's not gonna work. It's the area.
Yeah, step back in.
Yeah. The only way we're gonna have this fixed is if we move away from Mosley's right now. He's trying to escort. Oh, that's not gonna fix it, I don't think. I feel like if I escort him... Wait, what's going on? He's probably gonna go into the void. Bro, what is this? I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't hear anyone talking, so I have no idea what the fuck's going on. I just see people moving. Oh, I can't even hear Crane now.
You look
Oh,
like
never mind.
a Janet Jackson backup dancer from Rhythm Nation.
You able to see me, Crane?
Yep.
Okay. What's going on? Where the fuck are we going? What are we doing? I couldn't hear anyone.
I don't know. I'm multitasking.
All right, fair. I hate that walk in general.
Having a conversation with a sloth about Group 6.
He's talking to Coil. And leaving bloody footprints. Is that rot?
We're not doing anything else right now. Yeah, I'd go take that thing right now.
What's going? I don't even know what's going on.
Why wouldn't you be?
No, right, my
Being
eyes.
a cop. You gotta. I can't believe you're not doing your civic duty, man. You all don't see a Group 6 vehicle?
Okay, that
Maybe I won't call it in then.
didn't help nothing.
You don't see that car over there, Dakota. Okay, well you called it a van, so you do see it and you're fucking with me. I said vehicle. There's more than one Group 6 vehicle.
Hey, Alex.
Nah.
What? I'm not having any problems. What's going on?
They can't see me, but it's because most of these is being bad.
All right, hold on. I've got the emergency solution. Just wait.
Restart the server. Yeah, I don't know if they fixed shit or not. What is going on with Mosleys? I don't know. It might not be Mosleys, but it's around Mosleys area again. Where the fuck did Max go? Moon's having fun seeing Plato Island. Yeah, something is cooked. There's like nobody here. I don't know. I seem to be fine, but I don't know why they can't see me. My ass wet? Wait, where did you where did you see my ass wet? Oh, C's here. At Mosley's? Oh, I see him. Wait, what did you say? From the mayor, everyone on the count at the take a little nap. Where do we meet then? Oh, that's how he's doing it. Okay. So where is he at? I'll try to go to him. We'll see if he can see me or not. He relocked. Alright. Yeah. Shit's cooked. Ayo? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How is this one still fully okay? The sewers are getting rendered? Nah, they're not. It is not south side only. Oh, now everything is just fucked for me. Oh no. Oh no. This is bad. Oh yeah, something is my memory is completely capped. My cache is like just capped out. I can't do anything. Oh, it's going down. Am I able to load anything? Nope. what SAP did to fix it. Relock. Am I seeing out of city? Well, yeah, okay. I'm seeing just everything is just fucking cooked. Okay, never mind. Okay. Jesus. I don't even know where to land. Okay. We are on something. Oh, fuck. Yeah, the turbine. I just couldn't see it. Do we need more? I don't know. You have to talk to the Buddha. Pump. Thank you so much for 12 months. Do you know what's causing it? Nope. 3D related. Something is probably pumping out a lot of objects that is causing shit to die. JD, thank you so much for the 11 months. I don't want to go back to Town Hall now because that's gonna screw me up, I think. That is a drunk... If you wake up on top of a fucking wind turbine, that is a drunken night out that you probably want to forget. Is Max or is Moon back? I forgot his fucking character or Steam name. Who am I looking for? Moon. $10.36. Oh, he is. Why is he at the apartment?
And then to you, ma'am. Do you feel the whiskey in your hands now?
I feel an invisible bottle that I'm about to drink.
Drink it. It's visible to me, which makes it real.
Well, I can hear him, so that's good.
Oh, fuck.
Was real.
Damn, that shit was real. Real.